We are live, people. We are live. Hello, hello. Now, this is a little special we're doing today, isn't it? Because we normally do it on a Friday, as you guys know. But because we do have Easter or Easter weekend here in the UK, we're doing a live today, Thursday instead. So there will be no live 6 p.m. Tomorrow. So that's the 7th of April.
Yeah, so there'll be no live on a Friday. So we thought, you know what, we'll do a live instead today. So hopefully you guys can join us or watch us on catch up, really. So are you looking forward to Easter?
I am. But just to remind you as well that there will be a live next Tuesday at 6 p.m. For those who are watching it now, just to let you know, back to normal service resumed. Anyway, so I am looking forward to Easter more than anything. It's just the 2 extra days off the break.
Yeah, because I think a lot of people look at it as 2 extra days, but I've always looked at it as 4 days, because I know it's Saturday and Sunday, but I've always looked at it as 4 days. So I've never looked at it as, I suppose, 2 extra days. I've always looked at it as 4 days.
A nice long weekend. But we know it's not Easter break everywhere. So that's what's happening here in the UK. So how's everybody been? Everybody good? Everybody enjoying, looking forward to the weekend when it comes, for those of you that don't have tomorrow off? I was going to say, the weather here has been so miserable. It was nice last week, but it's been so wet.
It's just rain.
I'm looking over there because that's the over there is our window, so that's where we can see all the rain just pouring down there. Anyway, anywho, this will be replacing our Friday live this week.
So what was it, yesterday or the day before? I think it was yesterday. I bought 2 plant flowers.
Yeah, you did.
So
I've got a plant then.
So basically we've got a almost like it's like a trough out the front, I guess, like it's all bricks and you put flowers there and whatnot. And every year we used to plant flowers there and all of this. And for the last couple of years, we've not really planted anything.
No.
And so I was with my mum and I thought, oh, do you know what? I passed these flowers and I thought, oh, these look really nice. Well, my mum showed it to me.
What flowers are they? I look at these. I bought flowers.
They are called...
It's like a... I don't know why I'm Googling it. I don't know what I'm trying to Google.
It's on the pot. I want to say Japonalia or something like that. It's a really nice plant that my mum has in her garden, and I remember seeing it and I goes, oh, they look like, they're very rose-like. They look like roses when they bloom, and they have such large buds. And I was just like, oh yeah, I really, really like these plants. Mum goes, oh, that's what I've got in my garden. I was going, oh yeah. So I thought, brilliant. So they were £15, and I was looking at them and I just thought, oh, I really want to get it. So but I didn't know if I wanted the pink or the red. And I just thought, oh, do you know what, I'm going to get both of them. And I picked them up, but my mum bought me one which was really nice. So so I was able, and then I bought the other one, so I was able to get a red and a pink. And we're now discussing like where we're going to put this rose-like plant. And so I think we're going to plant both of them out of the front.
Yeah, I think so.
So at both ends, so because they sort of spread out quite a bit, but my mum was saying, oh, you do need to sort of like trim them regularly, because they grow really, really big. And obviously, not obviously because you guys wouldn't know, but we have a drive, and what I don't want is for them to spread out so much that they're on either end. And then obviously it's going into our neighbour's drive, and then it's going into our drive. And then when you're driving the car, you're just smacking the flowers and stuff like that. So we need to keep it trim. So it will grow and it will spread, but we need to just keep trimming it so that it goes in the direction that we want it to go. But we're not gardeners, really. We don't really know what we're doing.
No, exactly. Anyway, moving on slightly aside. So you did see us buy some of the hot cross buns, and where have you put them?
I put them over there, but I don't want to eat them because we've got no butter, and you've just mopped the floor.
So Madam won't eat them because there's no butter.
No, I said that before the live. I don't know why he's bringing it up now, because I already said I weren't going to try them because you've mopped the floor. We can't get the butter out of the kitchen. So
well, that's that.
That was that. Yeah.
Oh, so I was looking forward to it. I was going to try and give it.
told you. Oh, that's why you brought it up, because you're going to try and convince me.
It was worth a try on the line.
No, you can try them. That's fine. That's fine.
No,
Because
no.
you will eat them without butter. I just won't eat them.
No.
Butter.
We'll try. We'll wait for the floor to dry. So I'd mop the floor just before it came through. The other things as well. Thank you guys so much for those of you that were on Tuesday's live. Amy, hello.
Hey, Amy, how are you?
We've got all your suggestions there as well. So we've been frantically looking for different restaurants as well. We did spot a couple of Indonesian restaurants. I was telling you about one called the Banana. Was it the Banana Tree or the Banana Leaf? I forget. That was one I looked at.
Oh, I've been to that.
And Bali was another one.
I've not been to Bali, but I have been to the Banana Tree before.
How are things, Amy? You all right? What have you been up to? Are you looking forward to the nice long weekend if you aren't working?
And I was about to say, what have you got planned? What have you got planned? But yeah, I've been to the Banana Tree and I quite liked it. They were doing a deal. Oh yeah, because so years ago I used to have a taste card. So I don't know if anybody's ever heard of a taste card, but basically you buy this taste card and you know, they used to sell it for like £80 or whatever, but you can get them quite cheaply anyway. You can get them for like 30. So hunt around for if you're interested in the taste card, just hunt around for some deals. And basically you can get 2 for 1, you can get 50% off and all of that type of stuff. So the restaurants that are usually on it are places like Prezzo, Banana Tree. I think Busaba Etai might be on it as well. Pizza Express. I don't think Nando's is on it. But places like Zizi's and loads of other restaurants. So if it is something that you're interested in, and they do it on certain days of the week, and they do different deals and all of that, there's an app that you can just get and log into, and you can get all of this money off food things. But the card used to be roughly, if you looked for the deal, you could normally get the taste card for like £25 to £30 rather than, I don't know how much it is now because it's been a couple of years since I've actually had one. But yeah, you get money off on all these restaurants. So it's worth taking a look. And if they are restaurants that you would eat at, check out the app and stuff and get yourself a taste card.
Amy said, you guys are so close to 1,000 subs. We are. We want to say a big thank you to everybody because we did put the plea out last time and we've got 4 subs since. So thank you so much, guys. Really appreciate all the support that you give us as well. Without you, the channel would not exist. And we are continuing to drive through your support. So thank you so much. A new video should be up tomorrow as one that we were talking about as well that we tried. We will keep it as a surprise. It's just a restaurant review. But we hope you like it as well. We've never tried this type of food before. We've tried the type of food before, but we've not tried this specific restaurant. Yeah, this restaurant. But so that will be that will be tomorrow roughly around 4 o'clock. 4 or 5 o'clock is going to be uploaded, so watch out for that. I'll put it on the community, let you know what time that's going to pop up. We also I wanted to sort of change subject slightly. We did a Too Good to Go last night. Oh yes, we did. Now we didn't film it. No. And you'll see why in a minute. But it wasn't for that reason. We just got a Too Good to Go. But so we quite often get a Toby Carvery Too Good to Go. We haven't had one for like 3 or 4 weeks, I think. And so I phoned up my mum and I was like, oh, we're going to get a Carvery. Do you want one? She's like, yeah, get me one as well. So I was like, all right, cool. So we ordered, and it's really reasonable. It's like £2.79 or £2.29, £2.29, I think, for vegetarian and £3.29 for a meat carvery. Now, normally I will get 1 for me and 2 for Mark. So I'll get 2 vegetarians and 1 roast. But I don't eat them, just to cut you there, sorry. I don't eat them all in one sitting. So Amy's just said, I've got 2 weeks off due to college Easter break. Nice. And you've been painting the room, which is so time consuming. Oh my God. Wow. Tell me about it. When I look at a room, I think, this will take a few hours to do. It takes ages. Now, Amy's just asked, the reason I stopped you there was because Amy asked her thing, how long in advance do you book for your Too Good to Go?
Sometimes on the day, like, we like it depends on like the area that we're in. Sometimes I can book it last minute. Sometimes we'll book it the day before, ready for the next day and stuff like that. So we are yesterday, I think I booked it maybe I might have booked it at 3 o'clock. And we had to pick it up at between 9 and 9:30. So yeah, it was only a few hours before. And you can look on it last minute and see if there's anything in your area, like whenever you're ready to go. But if you are good at planning ahead, then you can always look for tomorrow and think, do you know what, I want to book a Too Good To Go.
Well, funny enough, Amy said, I've been checking, they go so quickly. I think it's my area. Do you know what? The earlier the better. They do go quickly, but it really depends on what you're ordering. So some will go much quicker than others. So when we are in central London, certain ones will go really, really fast because those cake shops are expensive.
You have to do it the day before.
Yeah.
If you're going to central London, but also you have to know the times. So if you like, when we did the Be Our Guest, we just didn't know what time we were going to be leaving, and if we were going to come straight home, if we were going to hang about in London for a bit, did we want to beat the rush hour and all of that type of stuff. So we couldn't sort of think to ourselves, okay, so we're going to be done by this time, we want to get cakes for this time and all of that type of stuff. So we didn't plan it very well, unfortunately. And when we go and do something, I like to try to get the earliest slot possible, because it works out well, because there's hardly anyone there and you can film a bit better. So we tend to book the earliest slot, but we never know if it's going to be a strict 90 minutes or a strict 2 hours or whatever it is. So it's very difficult to plan something for afterwards. So we had a bit of trouble about doing the Too Good To Go. But if you're in London or wherever, whatever area you're in, and you know you're going to be there at a specific time, try and check it the day before and then do it. But yeah, some of them go like super fast.
And it really, really, really does depend, like I said, on the establishment itself.
Yeah.
So we normally get quite lucky with carveries because there's always one available, but certain ones will just go, absolutely go. Amy said, I'll keep my eye out.
Yeah, for sure. Just keep checking the app. We so I rang my mum. So I booked. She wanted one meat and one veg. And you wanted just one veg, you didn't want two. And I wanted rice. So 2 veg, 2 meat. So I booked it all up and we drove down there, and there were a few people waiting. But what I didn't take into consideration is that it's half term.
Mm-hmm.
So normally when we get the carvery, we're like quite excited about it and all of this type of stuff. Anyway, there was a few people waiting. I got chatting to a few people because I'd never seen them there before. And a woman came and she goes, oh, what do we do? It was her first time it wasn't her first time doing Too Good To Go, but it was her first time doing carvery Too Good To Go. And she had kids and she was getting them for her and the children. And then there was a guy and he was talking about no bedtime for the kids. So he was getting it for him, the wife and the kids. And then there was just a single woman there waiting for, not single, because I don't know if she was single, but what I mean to say, she was one woman waiting for just one vegetarian. So he had all the meats ready. So I think he had 4 meats ready. And he said, oh, who's here for me? And well, everybody was there for a mixture. Like I was there for 2 meats and 2 veg. The guy, exactly the same, 2 meat, 2 veg. The lady, she was there for veg. And then the other woman, she was there for 1 meat, I think. And so she took her one and left, but we still had to wait for the veg ones. So he had to do 5 vegetarians. So the vegetarians weren't ready on time. So anyway, he got the vegetarian ready. I said to everyone, oh, you know, you can take yours if you want. We can just wait and whatever. But they were very polite and they said, no, you go, take it and all of that. So we took ours and we left. But when we checked the vegetarian, it was that
half full. I think basically the guy was in a rush to fill them in. So I think he just went blomp, blomp, that'll do. I mean, that was a long before They really pack them in.
Yeah.
That actual thing is packed in. But no, this one was about half full. So when I opened it, I thought there's nothing in it.
I think it was a combination. I don't think they had as much as they thought. The only reason why I say that was because the restaurant was still full when we got there.
Yeah, so remember, bear in mind, that's what Kelly says is true. Always take into factor into account half term. If loads of people, more people are out, especially at the restaurant as well during the week, which you wouldn't normally have, there's always going to be less leftovers. Oh, thank you, Amy. Loving the night before Christmas hoodie. So I bought this actually in Florida when we went years ago. What was it, 8 years ago?
It wasn't 2017. It would have been after that.
All right, okay. So, but it's actually got a really nice little pattern on the back, if you can see. There we are. Can you see that? Do a little pattern on the back? I have to do this weird crouch. But yeah, I did like that. I thought I'm going to definitely get this one.
Yeah, so I think...
Fawn, hello!
Hey, Fawn, how are you?
What have I missed, she says?
We were just talking about Too Good To Go and it being half term, and we booked a Too Good To Go yesterday, and unfortunately it wasn't as packed. There was no mashed potato in mine. So there was no mash, and my mum was really looking forward to the mash.
Oh God, we had to drive all the way to a mum's house.
It's not. My mum's not even that far. It's not that deep. But it wasn't. We drove to my mum's house to drop her food. She lives roughly about 10 minutes drive from where we live. So we went to drop that off, and she's closer to where the Toby is than we are anyway. But when she rang, she goes, "Oh, there's no mash," and I was like, "Oh."
I didn't get any either.
Yeah, there wasn't any mash in mine either. So all the mash had gone. But this time I did get sweet corn, which I never normally get. We did get mac and cheese, which we hardly get mac and cheese. But there have been times when
no stuffing.
Yeah, or I got stuffing in mine, so I was quite lucky. But where he hadn't done the the packing the box till after, I think, you guys lost out really, because he hadn't pre-prepared them. But he had pre-prepared the meat ones, but he just hadn't pre-prepared them.
Yeah.
So I think you guys lost out a little bit, unfortunately.
Not for the first time. Amy said, "No mash." What a joke. Well, that was the whole thing. When you go to someone like that, that's one of the key things people go for. Don't get me wrong, I'm not that disappointed. I'm not a huge mash fan. I do like it if it's there. But I know you do, and your mum really wanted the mash.
I like mash, but there's been so many times where they've just packed it full of mash, and I just think, well, where's the other stuff?
Because they've got tons of it left.
Because they've got tons of the mash, yeah.
They always have tons of the cauliflower left over, which you hate.
And I don't even like the cauliflower. So we had green beans, and there was carrots, and there was mac and cheese in mine. There was stuffing, but like I said, he had already pre-prepared these. He hadn't pre-prepared the veggie options. And so, like you said, I think it was a combination of just trying to dump everything in there and be quick. But also, the restaurant was still full. So I think he had to leave enough still for the people who are in the restaurant to still... Because I don't think he closes till 10 o'clock.
Oh, right. That makes sense.
So he had to still leave stuff there in order for the patrons who were there to load up their stuff.
Amy said it's like KFC without the gravy or the chicken.
Oh wow! Without the chicken, oh no!
I'm not so sure. But what was funny is actually talking of gravy, we did get the gravy mayonnaise. I think we may have mentioned it.
Yes.
Ready for the review. You just remind me of the gravy mayonnaise. I did. Funny enough though, what was I going to say? Takeaways. Fast food joints don't tend to do the Too Good To Go. I've never seen McDonald's on it or KFC.
No, but they are, when they're slowing down for the evening, they've got a good judge of whether...
Oh, I suppose they make it to order, don't they?
Yeah, exactly.
It's not like
a buffet.
Yeah.
That has to... They put everything out, and then they have to sort of... It'd be
true.
like if they overmake cakes for the day.
Yeah.
So then the cake shops can do it. Whereas KFC and McDonald's, it's not... They're kind of making it to order, sort of.
Yeah, that's true.
And they know when they're busy and slow down times are. So yeah.
Right. Let me go and check that floor, see if it's dry, because then precious Madam Princess can have her butter.
I don't think that is a precious Madam Princess moment, that I'd like butter on my hot cross buns. I think that's actually quite normal to have butter on your hot cross buns. And I just said, So basically we were discussing, shall we eat the buns on the live? And I was like, yeah, let's eat the buns on the live. Grab the butter, grab a plate, grab some knives and all of that. But Mark was obsessed with mopping the floor. And he goes, oh, I've mopped the floor now. I said, well, never mind. We'll try it. Like, we'll do a video on it and we'll film it and all of that type of stuff. And then he's calling me Madam and Princess because I would like butter on my hot cross buns. And I was like, I think that's a normal thing to have butter on your hot cross buns. Although I did see the cheese hot cross buns and they had bacon in it. But we didn't get the cheese hot cross buns because we were umming and ahhing. Because I saw the cheese hot cross buns before the advert, and it was only then when I saw the advert, thank you, and I thought, oh my God, those cheese hot cross buns look great with bacon in it. And I was just like, well, we didn't get it. Never mind.
Right then, what were we going to say? The Mackey's app is amazing. Oh, is there a McDonald's app?
Yeah, I've not tried it.
Oh, no, tried that. So Amy also said, so they are greedy. However, I'm always get cheap burgers discounts from the app. I didn't realise you could do that.
But when you do the app, do they deliver through the app or you have to go and pick up through the app? Because I know that Just Eat and Deliveroo, they sort of deliver, but I didn't think the McDonald's app delivered because they don't have their own drivers.
Amy also said as well, good luck with the chocolate hot cross bun. Good luck. Apparently they do caramel ones now. I didn't know that one. Vaughan also
said, caramel?
Yeah, hot cross buns.
Oh, it's not caramel, it's banoffee.
No, she said apparently they do caramel as well.
Oh.
Vaughan said, I've got a very bad cough on the Nurofen. Oh no, Vaughan, no. You're not well. No mash is a disgrace. That's the number one for a proper dinner. Just a spoonful. Yeah, we didn't even get that. So I'm just assuming they were out. Anyway, just as a reminder, so Kelly and I are now going to try these on the live. So you can taste. So we've got so we're doing the M&S. Get it around the right way. Hot cross bun. So as just a reminder, you've got the extremely chocolatey one, the banoffee one, the brownie apple one, and last but not least is the blueberry one. So which one do you want to try first? Should we do one of the ones we've done already?
Yeah, all right. Let's go for the blueberry. Let's do the apple last because I really like the apple one.
Oh, okay. Right. So guys, first up is blueberry hot cross buns. Gravy mayo sounds gross. Well, we'll find out. We will do that as a video and we will find out. So we've got plenty of mayos to try. Okay. Oh, they smell lovely. Oh, you can really smell the
blueberry in that. Yeah, you know what? It reminds me of what do you call it? Pancakes, blueberry pancakes.
Yeah, you can see that Oreo pack. Amy said you can do both. However, I use the Mackey's app in store. I collect the points. Then once you get enough, you unlock free food. There you go.
Yeah, that sounds very much like what you call it? Starbucks. So with a Starbucks card, and then like every so often you get like a free Starbucks every stars that you collect, but now, you have to pay for it through your.
I'm annoyed with Starbucks because they never tell you when you've got a freebie.
No, it says it on the app.
But so, I'm not on the app. They should tell you, oh, you've got a free one. Do you want to use it?
You can just check.
They never ever do. Yes, Kelly, butter too right. They have to be spicy. Love them.
Exactly. I mean,
it's just. You should see how much butter she's putting on. It's almost like
it's not that much butter.
It's almost
like, look.
She just balanced the butter on top of the actual hot cross bun. I'm not much of a drinker. Sad times. That's all right. Nor are we, to be honest with you, Amy.
That's my butter. I don't think it's too much, but there you go.
I've not bothered because I want to try it au natural. All right, here we go. Okay. Chin chin.
Chin chin.
Here we go.
Okay.
To me, that's like a blueberry muffin, but just a bit stodgier.
To me, it's a little bit like fruit bread, but with blueberry.
Yeah, that's right. You're right.
That's what it tastes like. So it's like fruit bread, and I always have butter on my fruit bread. I can't not have butter on my fruit bread.
You can see there's loads and loads of blueberries in there. There's a nice spice in there as well.
You're right. There's so many blueberries in it.
No, really
they haven't stumped on that.
Eddie, that butter is thicker than the Harry Potter book.
Look, please.
It is. Look how much butter's on that. It's the same width as the
Yeah.
It's the same. No, hold it up so they can see.
I am.
That's the same depth as the bun itself.
No.
That's 50.
Stop exaggerating.
That's 50% butter, 50% bun.
Look, and it's just so scraped so thin there. You can even see the thing at the end of it. Look.
I like to have a
what, bun with your butter?
a pound of butter on my bread. Emily said 50-50 ratio. Okay, that was the one. I know Kelly doesn't like scoring, but
you score.
I'll score.
I get so tired of like trying to think what score, blah blah blah. I just like to say which is my favourite, which is my least favourite.
All right, I'll score them at the end. Right, which ones do you want to do next?
Oh,
banoffee or the chocolate?
Let's do the banoffee.
All right.
And you don't even have to pour me out one. I'll just take a bite of yours. That smells so artificial. It's horrible.
We're sponsored by M&S. Do you know we're not? M&S,
No.
We're doing you a big favour here.
We're not sponsored by anyone, by the way.
I know, she's only joking.
No, I know.
Right, okay. So I shouldn't have cut it first, actually. Right, so there's no... It's a bit brown. It looks like just a regular one. As I open it up. And it's almost like a wholemeal one. There's a tiny bit of... I know, there's not even banana in it. I wish I was there with you, making my way through all those hot buns. Deliciousness, says Vaughan. All right, okay. Let's try it without the butter.
No, you have it, and then I'll put butter on it.
Oh, for God's sake. Couldn't possibly do it with the butter. There we are. Even butter it for you. All right.
I don't think I'm even going to like it.
Just eat it. This is for your fan base. I don't like it with the butter because you can't taste the actual...
But there's a thing there. Why did you taste it with the butter?
Okay.
That made no sense for you to taste it with the butter when there was one perfectly good one there without the butter.
You should have it without butter so you can actually taste the fruit. Kelly, you should make some hot cross buns.
Do you know what? I don't know if I could. To be quite honest, I don't know if I would be able to. It's one of those things I'd be very nervous about.
Okay. Smell.
I don't like the smell at all. Oh, that bit smells of caramel though. That's not too bad. But when you open the packet, it didn't smell very nice.
I've got to say, these don't taste like banoffee pie.
Yeah, they don't.
You know those artificial banana sweets you get?
Yeah.
They taste like those.
Yeah, I have to say, when I tasted it, and I only tasted a little bit of it, but even the smell, the smell is, to me, is very artificial.
Confidence is key, Kelly. Do you know what? Yeah. Kelly is very good. I will say for Kelly's very good, but she's very modest with it too.
I feel like I'm confident with cakes, but I'm not confident with, and I'm confident like doing things like, chocolate covered strawberries and things like that. But with something like making a bun, I'm not so sure.
Right. Okay. There we go. So that was the banoffee one.
Anything that makes a dough.
I've got to say, let's get back to the thing in hand. That's like eating a banana sandwich. I'm just saying, get back to the thing in hand. That's like eating a banana sandwich. 200 calories in butter alone, says Paul. So, yeah, I didn't like that. Well, I said not that I didn't like it. I wouldn't. Plain's actually better.
For me, it would have tasted better, I think, if it had tasted like real banana, if that makes sense. Because it didn't taste of real banana.
No, it didn't.
I don't like bananas anyway. So I think as well, I already had it in my mind that I may not like it. And when Mark, that last one, when he made me smell it, I thought, in my mind, I was thinking, it's going to smell of banana. But it actually smelled of caramel.
Okay, guys, so we're moving on to the extremely chocolatey one. So
again, I'm going to take a bite.
Oh, you don't want to do the...
Not the whole thing, because I'm not really... I've got to be honest, I'm not really a whole chocolate person.
Do you want butter on it?
Yeah, just butter a little bit of it, and then I'll just have the little bit that's buttered, and then you can...
Oh, Amy's going to the exhibition with the franchise thing with Richard, are you?
Oh, wow. Good for you.
Good luck, she says.
Right. All right, I'm going to try it.
I should have shown the bun actually. Sorry. Let me just show the bun. So it is, as you can see, very, very chocolate. That is dark, dark chocolate. Okay.
I've got to say, it's not bad. I would only be able to eat one side though, because it's rich.
You are right. That's very dense.
It's rich, but it's not sickly chocolate. It's a nice chocolate, but I would only be able to manage one, like half, like, you know, eat in half with a bit of butter.
Right.
And I could eat that.
I'll tell you what. No, it's not dry. This is very soft. It's moist. Now, I've got to say, I didn't really give a good review for the other ones. The blueberry and the banoffee are very moist. Both of them are moist. This is moist too.
It's moist in a different way, though.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Kelly's right. It's very, very chocolatey, though.
And I think the fact that I had butter on mine did help. It lifted it a bit because the chocolate is very dark. Is it Belgian chocolate? It says extremely chocolatey.
No.
It doesn't say Belgian
No,
chocolate.
it says rich and decadent dark chocolate.
Yeah, and it's really decadent.
Yeah. It's difficult to describe anything like it's not like a croissant. It's not like a, I mean, you know that chocolate.
It doesn't taste like chocolate cake.
No, it doesn't. And it's not like, I would say the closest thing is like the chocolate you get in a pan of chocolate. Does that make sense? That's the closest I would do.
Or I was going to say, is it, you know, it's got the consistent, oh no, I suppose it hasn't really. I was going to say the consistency of soaring, but it isn't.
No.
The consistency
It's
of soaring.
close.
Yeah, it's close to that though.
I'm actually liking it. It's too fussy with fresh yeast, dry yeast, not flavorful. I'd rather buy it. Okay. I'll score these in a bit. Last one. One is the apple. So this is the brownie apple one.
I'm looking forward to this one, so I know I like it.
Kelly likes this one. Okay.
And you know, and out of like, well, I'll tell you afterwards, after we've done the taste test on this one.
It does smell. You can smell the apple.
Do you know what that smell reminds me of?
What's that?
Reminds me of Harry Potter in Hogsmeade.
I know.
In
yes.
do you know why? Oh, maybe because of the pumpkin juice.
No. I'll tell you what it is. It's because you got the apple ice cream, the apple crumble ice cream.
Oh yeah, no. But it reminds me of. Do you know what? A little bit of butter beer and a little bit of the pumpkin juice. It smells very much of the pumpkin juice. I feel.
Do you want to butter that for a second while I just show this? So if you look closely, you can just about see. Can you see that at the bottom? There are little flecks of apple in there.
And the cinnamon is very strong. It does smell of cinnamon.
Yeah, it does actually. It does smell like an apple pie a little bit. Okay, ready?
Yeah, you can see those apple bits in there. It looks so good.
Okay,
all
chin
right.
chin.
Chin chin. Yeah.
That's really good. I swallowed that whole there. Like a pelican. That's really nice. It's got a lovely taste of cinnamon to it. It's like an apple pie. It's like an apple pie thing.
No, it's got the essence. I understand what you mean. Because when you bite into an apple pie, it is the cinnamon and the apple and that. But it's a bit more stodgier.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
I agree. Right. Just to let you guys know, so as Kelly said, we're not sponsored by M&S.
No.
M&S, if you want to sponsor us, though, get in touch. Joking aside, those are the 4 that we sampled there as well. Right, let's put them in order. I know you don't like to score, but let's put them in order of least to best. So what's your bottom?
Would be the banoffee.
I agree. The banoffee has a bit of a artificial banana flavour to it. Would you agree? I would not buy these again.
No.
And I've got to say as well that I actually prefer a plain one. So
it says banana puree on it.
With salted.
I suppose, yeah. 4
hot cross buns with salted caramel flavoured fudge. I didn't taste the fudge in it.
I smelt the caramel. The bit that you showed, the bit that you made me smell But when you open the bag, it just smelled like very artificial.
Again, Kelly's right. You can smell a caramel smell in there.
Yeah.
But it's got and Kelly's absolutely right. There's a very, very artificial banana smell to it as well. Yeah, not my favourite. I'll score because I know you don't want to. So I'm going to give that a 3 out of 10. Sorry, M&S. I will give it a 4 because the quality of the croissant, the quality of the hot cross bun is good. It's very...
The quality of all the buns.
So they get extra points for that. Oh, I just seen a vegetarian one for $2.29. Yes, Amy, get it. Do get it. It really is worth it if you see the £2. I'm assuming you're meaning the Toby Carvery. Yeah, definitely get it. All right. So that's in 4th place. In 3rd place,
I would say,
so that's our 4th place. Banana.
Do you know what's difficult with the 3rd place? Because I'm not really, I love chocolate, absolutely love it. I'm not really a chocolate cake person or a chocolatey things person, but I do like it. I do like this chocolate one, but I would only have half of one.
So I would argue the case, if you can only eat half, that goes 3rd.
Okay, agreed.
So that would be my 3rd too. Now, for me, mine's different reasons. I do like chocolate. For me, these are very chocolatey.
Yeah.
And I think, again, it's not often we're in agreement like
No,
this.
it's
I
not often at all.
totally agree with Kelly. One whole one is a bit too much.
Yeah.
I did eat a whole one because I'm
pretty
hungry.
much, yeah.
I think they're okay. I think I would give them, my score would be a 6 out of 10. Because again, they're lovely and fluffy. I wasn't enamored. I told you good luck, says Amy. They are super rich. I do think my recommendation, I don't know if you feel the same, I would dial the chocolate in that down.
I would make them mini.
No, do you know what I would do?
Go on.
I would have them normal, but I have them with chocolate chips in them. I think this is chocolate overkill.
Oh, for the actual dough to be chocolate plus the chocolate chips.
Yeah.
So you would just have but that would be like a chocolate chip pancake.
Yeah, but you can still have it. I think this is overkill on chocolate, I'm afraid.
Yeah, it's almost like a triple chocolate. Like you get them triple chocolate cookies. They're too much for me. But my nephew absolutely loves chocolate.
Right then. So I think then 2nd place we'll have to be in an agreement. So 2nd place is the blueberry. I'm going to give these an 8 out of 10. I'll tell you why. They're really nice. They're light. They'll say light. They're quite compact, but they do have a really generous blueberry filling in there. Yeah. They are pleasant to taste. You can really smell those blueberries.
Yeah, and it smells pleasant.
It's like you're totally right. It's like a blueberry pancake, but more dense.
Yeah.
And it's a really good taste. Better than the plain. I would actually probably have a plain over the chocolate ones, to be honest.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I know you wouldn't, but I would. But these I would have over the plain. So these I give an 8 out of 10.
I'm not really a lover. Like when you get scones and they're plain scones. I'm not a lover of the plain scones. I've got to be honest.
But the pièce de résistance, our number 1, is this one. That's the brownie apple, and I'm going to give that a 9 out of 10. That's the best hot cross bun I've had. Way better than the plain. Delicious. It's got the sorry, I didn't mean to cover your face. Almost like an apple crumble or an apple pie.
More like an apple pie than a crumble, I would say.
Beautiful smell. Great combination.
Do you know what though? It's almost like an alcohol smell.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Like a cider.
Yeah, it's almost like an alcohol smell.
Yeah, we're gonna get high off this smell.
It's just when you whipped it away, and I thought, oh, do you know what? It smells a little bit like alcohol.
But really, really good, really, really moist, good quality one. So there you go. You have it. Woohoo! That's our winner. M&S brownie apple. Right. Can I finish these ones, or shall I carry on eating these? Right, I'm gonna finish off eating those. There we have it. There you go, guys. I hope you enjoyed our review.
That was a live review.
There we are.
So what has everyone got planned for Easter?
Yeah, what have you got done? Amy, going back to your point, definitely order that vegetarian one.
Yeah, for sure. Have you bought Easter eggs? Have Easter eggs been bought for you? Are you going to enjoy Easter eggs? I'm not really it's not that I'm not a fan of Easter eggs. I just don't eat them.
No, you don't.
I love chocolate. Absolutely love it. I just don't really eat Easter eggs. I don't know why.
Every year I ask, do you want one? You always say no.
they always get left. I like the bits that come with them. You know, so if it's like a Quality Street one and you get the little Quality Streets, or a Roses, you get the little Roses, or if it's a Kinder one and you get the, I like the mini Kinder eggs and things. I prefer not the mini eggs, but like mini eggs in general. So like you can get a bag of like I don't know, dime ones, or an assorted little bag of mini eggs or something like that. I like that rather than.
Oh my God! Amy said Easter eggs are my past. Fun fact: they are banned in the US. I knew Kinder eggs are banned in the US because Kinder eggs. Somebody told me that when we went to the States, I looked everywhere for one and they don't sell them, and that is true.
Really?
Kinder eggs are banned in the US. Not because of the chocolate.
Is it because of the toy?
Because of the toy. And
Wow.
they're worried that children will choke and it's a suing hazard. So, well, obviously the choke
Oh,
hazard.
I was about to say a few other things,
but no, why is that? But that is true. I've never seen Easter eggs in the United States. It's a shame Richard Harris isn't on, actually, because he's from Chicago. He can verify this. But is there a reason for yeah, they do have the Easter bunnies. I have seen the limp one, but I've never seen it. Why is that? Is there a reason for that? Because the big egg is not exactly a choke hazard.
I wonder if your brother would know.
Yeah, possibly. I'm not allowed one of these, am I? I'm going to have one of these.
You can have whatever you want.
No, I don't want you to take away your enjoyment.
No, as if I'm going to eat 4 or 3. As if I'm. Trust me, I'll barely eat one.
You're going to have to excuse
to
me.
be
I'm going to have to start eating these on the live. I don't know what they're like. You can freeze all these. So I think we're definitely going to have to do that.
I don't think I'll get a chance because you would have eaten the majority of them.
Oh, let's see if I'm...
The only ones that would probably freeze might be the banoffee ones that nobody actually wants.
Yeah, they might. They might find their way to somebody's pet.
I don't know anyone with any pets actually.
But yeah, do you know the reason for that?
I never knew. Do you know what? We have been during the Easter time. We've been to. I don't think we've been to Florida, but we've been to Vegas during the Easter holidays.
Yeah.
I wonder, have we been? We probably have been to Florida during the Easter holidays. I think we did because we went early in the year. We went twice in 1 year.
Yes, we did.
And we went.
Yeah, we did.
Well, was that during the Easter? I think it was during the Easter holidays, and then we went in the November.
Yeah.
Yeah. I wasn't. To be fair, I wasn't looking for Easter eggs. So I didn't notice because I don't really eat them, so I wasn't looking for them. I
was only looking because I did read somewhere that Kinder eggs were banned, so I was looking for those, and lo and behold, you can't find them anywhere.
I can see why, because kids are eating, and then they come across this egg, and then they think it's a surprising sign. They think it's gonna, but I think it should be age appropriate. So. They should only say, for ages 8 and above or something like that. Do you know what I mean? Like they do for cinema or games in general. It always says like 8 and above. And I think they probably should do that for Kinder.
Amy said, I'm not sure, but my mum says the UK only have it because of the gluttony of the people in the UK love chocolate. I'll be interested actually if anybody sort of does come to the UK and then takes them home if they come from outside. There are a bunch of YouTube videos. Why? I'll have to check those out. Vaughan said, thank you for the impromptu video. You're welcome. So it was a real thing. Is tomorrow cancelled? Yes, it is.
Yes.
So we're doing the live today because we can't, unfortunately, won't be able to make tomorrow. So that's what we thought. Amy wanted to speak to you guys, but unfortunately, we won't be able to do the live tomorrow. So hence we did one today.
Yeah.
Right, I'm going to go quickly wash my hands because they are sticky as sticky.
I know. I was thinking, you didn't bring any tissue.
No, I didn't. I'll bring some.
But no, it's fine because my hands aren't sticky, so it's fine. Yeah, because the buns were sitting there and I said, are we going to do a video after we do the live? Or because we were busy tomorrow, I don't think we'd have time to do one tomorrow. So I said, you know what? Let's do one on the live. And then I said, grab the plates and the butter. And he just mopped the floor in the kitchen. I was like, but it's fine. So we were able to try it on the live and show you guys. And yeah, like I said, I do like. I'm looking at them now, and I do like the chocolate one. So if you are a real chocolate person, then for sure, my mum used to absolutely love chocolate cake, chocolate anything. But as time's gone on, she doesn't really Like, even if I do a chocolate cake or something, she goes, "Oh, that's too rich for me. It's too rich for me." So, but it's only been in the recent, like, 3 or 4 years she hasn't eaten chocolate really. But she's always been one for chocolate, for sure. She's always been one for chocolate.
Right. Amy asked, what are your plans, Mark and Kelly, for the Easter weekend?
Well,
you're the boss. You tell.
Well, I don't know about that, but we are going to do a couple of videos. I'm not going to say which ones, but we've got some stuff planned for tomorrow. We've got a family get together on Sunday, so we're going to be doing that. And then on Monday, going to my mum's for because we're all meeting up on Sunday night because we're going to like a dance, if you will, a festival, if you will, like an Easter sort of a Mauritian sort of Easter festival. So we'll be doing that on Sunday night, and then Monday we'll be going to my mum's for Easter lunch. I think I don't know if she's doing lunch or dinner, to be quite honest. But she said for me to bake a salmon. I'd actually, she bought a salmon in the week, and she said, "Oh, I bought this for you. Like, cook it and I'll take some." And I was like, all right. So I cooked some today, and you had some, but we left it in the oven. And I think my mum's will be a little bit drier than what our one was, because I was calling her to come pick some up, and she forgot to bring her. She went off to do whatever she was doing, and she forgot to bring her phone. So she came much later. And I had, obviously, I opened the oven so the heat could dissipate, but I didn't open it for long enough for the heat to dissipate. So I just closed the oven. So I think hers might be a little bit drier than what our one was. But it will be delicious nonetheless. But she's going to bring another fish, I think. But the one that she brought was huge. It was so... I had to cut it in half because that wouldn't have gotten in the oven.
No, not at all. So just on reading here, out of interest what Amy said, and apparently, so this has just been released 7 days ago. Look how topical that is. After decades of being banned in the United States, the beloved Kinder Egg is finally going to be sold stateside.
Oh.
So they are going to actually allow it after decades of it being banned.
I wonder if they're going to do the one, though, that's without the toy.
No. Oh, no, actually, I think you might be right.
Yeah, I think it's the one without the toy. It's
yes,
that one.
yeah. So they're doing one, they got a real issue with it in the States about it having a toy in their side.
Yeah, so so basically Kinder do this sort of like egg, and it's got like two, it's almost like Ferrero Rocher-esque, sort of like two mini sort of little balls in there, and you can just eat the whole thing. So
it looks like that. So that's the one they're actually going to bring in. So the one without the toy.
Yeah. And it's got a little spoon, and you can. I hope nobody swallowed. They don't.
Yeah, they probably put the ban for the spoon.
Talking about swallowing the spoon and that.
Lord.
Like, I think there should be an age limit on it. Me personally.
Yeah. So basically, that's our plan. So we've got several videos lined up. We're going to do. We are going to release one, as I said, tomorrow for a restaurant that we tried recently, and we are going to be doing some shooting this weekend. We definitely want to be doing some filming.
Yeah.
To make sure we keep up our supply of videos.
Yeah, we're trying. We're debating. Tomorrow we do have a plan. There is a place opening up that we want to go to see, but we're not sure of the date because they haven't specified a date. So we're just guessing that it could be.
It could have been open today.
No, because that wasn't the date. The date was tomorrow.
Yeah, it was 7th. You're right.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't realise I'd be off tomorrow.
Yeah, that's
Results.
what I said. Yeah, that's when we were discussing it. So we said we'd go to the opening, although they haven't advertised the opening. There's two places that are opening up that haven't advertised their opening. So we're just guessing one is tomorrow, and we're guessing that the other one is on Tuesday.
That's right. Yeah. So these are two places. We will film if it's open.
If it's open. If it's not open, we can't film it. We'll have to think of a plan B. But that is the plan tomorrow, to go there and see if it's opening.
Yeah, and if it's not, we'll have to rapidly go into town.
Yeah.
And then try and get something.
Or find somewhere local and try something.
Yeah, exactly. I would like to go into town because we haven't been in for a while. But
yeah.
But I do get it though. If you can't, a thing. Amy said, I saw there's an Easter egg for £600. That doesn't surprise me.
At Fortnum and Mason?
Or is it Selfridges? You're going to get it.
Yeah. Ooh. For £600, I don't think I would spend £600 on one edible thing. I think I would rather buy a bag or a pair of shoes or something a little bit more tangible, like a designer something or other. The only thing, and I wouldn't even spend £600, but I would buy expensive perfume, let's say, and use it sparingly, obviously, but nowhere near £600, nowhere near that amount of money.
I think you would be the sort of person to spend £600 at Easter egg if money is absolutely no object.
Yeah, if it's surplus amounts and you just think, oh, the only time that I would buy something designer or perfume is when I get money given as gifts, and then I pull it all together and then I spend it on something that, you know, that I wouldn't ordinarily buy myself normally, unless I had the money to buy it myself. But normally I just save up all the money. This year's the only time I didn't do it. This year was the only time that I didn't buy myself something with the money that I had gotten over birthday and Christmas. But normally over birthday and Christmas, I pull the money together and then I normally buy, I don't know, a fancy pair of trainers or a fancy bag or some fancy perfume, that sort of thing.
Oh, so Amy's asked a question, which I think will be right up your street. I have a question, not food related, but life related. What is your best advice for applying for a job or building a CV? Now, the reason I say Kelly as well, because I know you have done a bit of research.
Yeah, I've been building CVs and all sorts. I'm not an expert on it, so I must say that. I'm assuming you're talking about now your photography, so you want to start applying to certain places. What I used to do when I was younger, when I was trying to like work at certain places and things like that, I always wanted to work for some type of entertainment brand because I was very much into acting and things like that. And there was a book called Spotlight. And then I would go down and I would look at all of this. Now it's a lot easier. And what you could do, depending on the type of company that or publishing place that you want to work at, I would start hunting and start Googling the sort of like the area where you want to work first of all, and then look for the photography places or magazines or publishing houses or any of those types of things that fall in your category. And then I would Google all of them, find out where they are, find out the addresses, and I would go to their website and I would have a look for their careers page. That they've normally got a careers page or work with us page or whatever, and then see what jobs they have available. Get your portfolio ready, obviously, but you know that I'm not going to teach you how to suck eggs because you know what you have to do. With regards to your CV, because all the little bits that you've been doing, you should put that in there. And what is to your advantage at the moment? Look for any companies that are doing apprenticeships. Like there's big companies like Bloomberg, go to their sort of marketing department and all of that type of stuff, and look at any big companies that have like a press department, because they'll need like things like putting together photography. I don't know. Are you into InDesign?
Oh, so sorry. Amy said something here. So what I was doing here, I was just looking down here because there's a lady I do follow on Twitter. Now, I don't normally advertise somebody's Twitter page, but this lady's quite good. She's called Jobs with Shay. So her title's Shay, but Jobs with Shay. And she gives advice on CVs and what you should do. So I've read some of her stuff. It's very, very good. So she has some very, very good advice. So Amy said, I mean just an average job, just to get my foot in the door. I've been trying for a job for 2 years and no luck. I've looked at apprenticeships, but there is nothing at the moment. Now, one of the things you might find that you go up against is your age. Now, I'm not saying that there are people being ageist to you, but age basically you're young, so it equates to experience. So that can sometimes work against you. But for you to use your experience going forward, it really kind of depends. What do you mean by an average job? Now, are you just looking for experience connected to journalism, or are you looking for just some money coming in? That's the big question. So if it's for journalism, you really, really, really want to try and get apprenticeships would work really, really well for you. So I would definitely try and you could phone up what do you call it? newspaper places in London or around the area, even your local newspapers. There's so many local newspapers in London. They may be able to take you on as an interim or as a apprentice. You could try that. If not, try at a lower level and work your way up for a company.
It's a tricky thing because you want to be in your field almost from the beginning, and I'll tell you this for why. You could take a normal job and, let's for argument's sake, say you start in reception and then you build you have to get into a company that promotes you changing departments. Now, there are a lot of companies who don't, especially if you're very good at what you do. If you're very good at what you become, like, as much as a victim of your own success. If you're very, very good in your department, whatever department that is, they are very reluctant to pull you from that department, because then they have to find somebody, they have to train somebody for you to go and move and train you in another department and all of that type of stuff. So you have to be very, very careful when you say about getting a normal job. By normal job, I'm assuming you mean like an office job.
Sorry, and Amy just clarified here. I've been looking for apprenticeship. There's nothing at the moment.
Yeah.
But I just need some money coming in so I can buy new equipment. Etc.
Right.
So you basically just need an income.
Okay.
That should make it slightly easier.
Okay, so if you want to do something like bank staff, or temping, anything like that, go and join an agency. Let them do the legwork for you.
Yeah.
And then you can dictate the hours that you want to do. So if you only want to work Mondays and Tuesdays, if you want to work Fridays, if you only want to work during the summer period, go to a temping agency and they'll put you to work. I mean, you can earn money that way. Is how I used to earn money to pay for all my holidays when I was a lot younger. And I would just go. You can also do something like bank staff, and a lot of hospitals and NHS and places like that, they need bank staff. And what that is they call, if somebody calls in sick or something like that, they'll call you at the last minute. So it depends on your flexibility. Now, throughout your half term and your summer term, these are the types of jobs that you can do. My nephew is doing something like, he works at venues. So you can be like, he does things like working at Wembley, and also
not Wembley. No, he works at Anfield.
No, but he's going, when he comes back, he's going to be working at Wembley. And so, and he also does bartending and things like that. He's a couple of years older than you. So those are things to look at. I mean, if you're very aware of not wanting to work late at night and things like that, because you're young, it's better off that you go and join an agency and just do temp work for now. And go and you get to go, you're doing office hours, which are normally 9 to 5. They might push you, because like a lot of companies want you to do like 40-hour weeks these days. I'm like, what? So it might be something like 8:30 to 6 or some ridiculous thing, but you've got the energy, you're still young and you've got the energy to do them crazy hours. So you can then dictate, like what I did. So when I went back to college, I think I was about 22 or 23 at the time, and I decided to go back to college, and I did a performing arts course. It was a 2-year course, and it was Monday, Tuesdays and Wednesdays, I think. Oh, maybe it was Wednesday, Thursday and Friday. So it was, so the course was Wednesday, Thursday and Friday. But what was good is Monday and Tuesday, somebody inevitably calls in sick on a Monday. Normally Mondays and Fridays, somebody is always inevitably calling in sick or whatever. You know, either they've had a rough weekend or they're about to have a rough weekend or whatever it is. But Mondays and Fridays are not. But what was good?
So Amy said no contract hours though. So you put question mark. Is that means would we advise you to do contract hours, or is that a no for contract hours?
I think what she's saying is she doesn't want to be contracted to those.
Charlie, hello. Hey, Charlie. How are you?
You don't want to be contracted to those hours, right? So it's not contract work. So when you join an agency, it's totally flexible. You tell them the days that you're available and the times that you're available. So even if you wanted to go and work at the Opera House, which is good, but you have to commit to 3 shifts. And I think years ago, it might have changed now, but years ago when I was doing it, I think a shift consisted of 4 hours and you had to commit to 3. And you had to give them your available times. and there would be someone up in the office doing all the rotas and stuff like that. But I think more agency work might be better for you, just to sort of bring in a little bit of money, and you know, it could be something as simple as doing reception work, and when, or maybe for you it might be better doing admin work, because then at least if you're doing admin work, you're actually in an office. If you hear of an opening then within a department and you're doing admin, I'm talking about later on when you do, when you decide you're going to do your your camera work, whether it's going to be editorial or whatever sort of bit you go into, you can then apply for those jobs internally, and you can hear of apprenticeships, star or any of those types of stuff. But yeah, go and maybe do something like admin, or if you want to do reception. But sometimes it's the downstairs reception where you're just buzzing and opening the door for people. And while that is good and it will bring in money, you don't necessarily get to hear about what's going on in the offices upstairs and that. But yeah, and you get to see all of London that way. So it's a really good job to get to know London, get to know how to get from A to B. I even now when I go into London, I know my way how to get here and there. And inevitably, when I go to another part of London that I'm not familiar with, 9 times out of 10, I've worked there. And I'm like, oh God, yeah, I did work here once. Yeah, it was years and years and years ago. I remember working here and blah, blah, blah. So that's a good way to get to know London, to bring in some money. You're not contracted to any hours, so you can dictate your hours. You can tell the agency in advance, yeah, I can do this Monday, I can do Tuesday, I can do Wednesday, but you need to join a few agencies.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, the thing is as well, think of it as a percentages game. The more agencies you join, the more chance there is for you to get work. Congratulations, Charlie, 23 followers. You're building. You were 16 last time. Well
16,
done.
Well done. Yeah.
Amy said, so try for a job in London. The good thing about London is there are so many jobs. Depending on the field you want to get into, you can also go on websites like Indeed, like Reed, all of these ones that have a whole plethora of jobs. And what you can do, if it literally is just the money you want to bring in rather than the type of job, you can actually filter the search engine to money. So let's say, just for argument's sake, you want to earn 30,000 a year, filter it to 30,000, then you could just see what the jobs are. Most people do it the other way. They'll look at I want to work in this field, whatever this field is. So they'll filter the job search for that field. But if you just do it by cash, you will have a whole load of jobs open to you. You can just pick the one that you think you're.
Whether you can do those jobs,
well,
that's very different. But yeah, you could do it that way, but it's better to do it the other way because you know what you can do. Otherwise, you'll be filtering through a load of jobs that you can't really do or have no interest in doing. But yeah. I would also look at companies that are more akin to your field. So places like, I'm just wondering if there are.
Oh, sorry. So Amy's just come back here. She said, I've looked for theatre jobs. I like working in a theatre. Right. I've experienced with people and being in front of house, however hard to find. Now, the problem there, A, it won't be great pay.
Yeah.
And B, there's only a limited number of theatres out there. What you might find better if you've got that front of house experience, using that. So that opens up huge doorways to you. So things like hotels, reception, maybe. What else for front of house?
Yeah, there's loads of places, but do you know what? I would call the theatres. What happened with me? I wanted to work at the Royal Opera House, and I called up the Royal Opera House, and they said, oh, funnily enough, we've just got and they always have a high turnover of usher staff. So if you want to work somewhere like the Royal Opera House, or if you want to call the theatres and ask and say, oh, do you have any usher jobs going and stuff like that. There was something that happened last year for me, and it just fell through, which was a real shame. There was a job that popped up, and it was an admin job for a specific theatre. This agency was advertising for a job. and they really liked my CV, and they emailed me straight back. They go, look, we've just filled this role, but there might be another role coming up. And they kept me waiting. But then in the end, the lady, she left that job and went to work somewhere else, and so I never got I just think, oh God, that would have been a great to work there. But I didn't, unfortunately. I didn't get the chance to work there. But for sure, definitely go on places like Reed, Indeed, and all of those types of websites, and you can filter it to theatre, and see what pops up on the theatre.
So funny enough, I have just gone on to a website at the moment. So it's one of those ones that Kelly mentioned. Hang on a second. And they've got some jobs here. So London Assistant Inquiries, talent agency for a talent agency. Dolby Music Partnership, looking for a student placement. Don't want to be a cleaner. London General Career Inquiries. We got events, exhibit, and sponsorship specialist from 44,000 a year. That's quite a high one.
Yeah, but she's looking for something that is. She's looking for more temp work because she's still at.
College.
She's still at college, and I'm assuming you're going to be going to uni. So she's not looking for something that is.
Here we go.
You know what I mean?
So the old vicar looking for somewhere. A front of house assistant, £11.95 an hour. Fixed term contract and a 10-hour shift.
She said no contract.
No contract.
Yeah, that's what she's looking for. That's why I'm saying.
Oh, here you go. Sorry, front of house performance staff at Shaftesbury Theatre, £11.95 an hour, full time, and you can apply there.
She's not looking for full time.
Here you go. The theatre usher at the NIMAX Theatres. Fixed term contract, but it's weekends availability, so you might negotiate your contract.
Well, that's weekend availability, meaning that she'd be working in the week, but she needs to be available on weekends.
Yeah. All right.
No. I'm just saying.
I'm just saying
because it's only because I'm used to looking for roles, so I know the things to look for. Oh yeah.
So So
and look at the amount.
Yeah. So basically, so I'm just on Indeed's website. And they've got quite a few here. If you type in theatre front of house and looking in London, they will bring up quite a lot. So if you're prepared to travel, and most of them are in central London anyway, there's a few north and a few south and a few east and west, but most of them will be in the centre.
Because the thing is, with things like ushers and things like that, it is going to be it's going to be more people who want to be available because they want to go for auditions or they're students, and they're doing. So what you will come across a lot when you go and do usher work, you will come across a load of people who are basically doing the same thing that you're doing. So this is a stopgap. They just need to bring in some money, but they're students here, they're students there. They're going to drama school, or they are working during the summer, and I think during the summer would be good for you. So for sure, and you can also look at box office staff at Opera House or any of the other theatres, but just let them know, you're a student, and just tell them, and you're just looking for some work. You need a bit of flexibility. The only reason why I keep bringing up the Opera House is because back then they were very flexible. So you commit to 3 shifts and you can do those on the weekend. So if you wanted to do an all day Saturday and half day on Sunday, or an all day on Saturday and a half day on Friday, or a half day on Friday and a half day on Thursday, you can just give them your availability and they will work around that. So if you wanted to do 2 shifts on a Saturday and like a half on a Friday or a half morning on a Sunday, they will fit around you. Do you know what I mean? So yeah.
Amy said, I wanted to take a hospitality course, but I had to pay. But sometimes as well, you might get lucky. So if you get a job, they'll actually pay for your training. So if you get a bit lucky. Funny enough, I'm just looking through jobs here. There's several here. There's one for the cowshed. Now the cowshed's actually at Soho House. That's actually a theatre group for people with children with disabilities.
Oh, okay.
So that's quite a nice one too. They're looking for a receptionist there.
Amy, what is it you want to do? Do you want to follow your passion of photography, or is it you are photography is going to be a hobby of yours, and you're going to look for something that is more traditional, like office work? What is it that you want to do in the future? Because um I always wanted to do acting and things like that, but I wasn't really supported by my family to do, they were just like, oh, people, it's very hit and miss to do acting. You're never going to get a job in acting. Da, 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 da. So I wasn't very supported. And had I been supported, I wouldn't have fallen into the job. And the last thing that you want to do is fall into a job, and then that's it. That's it for life. Because and I find that the older that you get, it's very difficult to then change direction, to have a career change. So be very mindful about what field of work you want to get involved in, because it is very, and you don't want to end up like millions of others who are just trying to earn money. Because at the beginning of your life, it's all fun, you're a student, you don't have any responsibilities, you're doing it. Then you fall into a job that you really dislike and you're just waiting for retirement. It's a big portion of your life. So just be mindful about what it is that you want to do.
So I typed in photography. So there's a lot of photography assistants here. One's at the Harry Potter studios. One's at Thorpe Park, but they're not greatly paid. Studio assistant photography, 22,000 a year. I know that's full time, but that's potentially good for your career as well.
I mean, I don't know if you're into Harry Potter, but you can always go to the Platform 9 3/4 shop, and they always have photographers there taking pictures of people and stuff like that. And you can always say, I'm a photographer. I do take pictures and stuff like that. And are they hiring? And, check out how much they're hiring for. But that's anything sort of like subject that you're interested in. I mean, like when you were mentioning Harry Potter, I thought, well, yeah, they have a photographer at Platform 9 3/4. And it would just be, it would be, if that's the sort of thing you like, you'll be doing something that you enjoy on a subject that you enjoy as well. That'd be crazy. Yeah,
absolutely. The other thing is well, if you get yourself a website, you'll be able to sort of forward that to your prospective employers, and they'll be able to have a look at the work. So basically, it'll be a website with all your work on it. So the photographs you sent us were fantastic.
Yeah.
So if you had a website with that on, I suppose you don't necessarily need a website. You've got your Instagram, you've got your sites. You can be able to send those out to people. So that's something else you could consider.
But when you're but also because you're younger, like obviously a lot of people will deal with Instagram and TikTok and whatever. But don't forget, you're applying to people who are older. So not a lot of older people will be into all the TikTok and the Insta and the this and the that. So a website is a good idea.
There was a very famous thing where one of the when the England football team recruiting for a new manager, one of the managers came in and he had a whole PowerPoint presentation he created. He spent hours and hours and hours on it to demonstrate. And the manager said, "Oh, can I just plug this into your what do you call it, your projector or your television screen, because I want to show my power projector." He said, "Oh, we haven't got the capabilities here. Everybody else has done their presentation using flip charts and stuff." Now you would think the FA would be way advanced in technology. He said he could. So he said he had to frantically print these things off and hand them out. He said it was ridiculous.
Crazy.
Amy said photography will be a hobby or whatnot. I may want to release a few books in the future. However, I will be doing all of that. I have a passion. However, it's very hard to get into. I am told I am talented, but a lot of people use and abuse it. So I want to use it, what I have, and obviously get paid for it. Well, absolutely. Absolutely. And you should do as well. And also there's nothing better than doing a job that's your passion. I mean, like I said, we don't get paid for doing the YouTube, but Kelly and I really do enjoy making videos.
We do.
So the fact that that's your drive, that's something you enjoy. So never give up on your dream and always do chase that rainbow, because you'll be able to.
I think look at anything in marketing, and so any companies that you go for, like this is in the future though. So if you're just looking for a stopgap for the moment, but while you're doing your stopgap and your studies, I don't know if your plans to go to university or not or whatever, but for sure, when you're going to, if you decide to temp during that, this is what I would advise, I guess. So for now, for your Saturdays and your like Saturdays or Friday evening or whatever, go and work in the theatre or whatever you want to do. During the summertime, go and temp. So when you got your big portion of your 6 weeks off or whatever, go and temp. Pay attention to all the marketing departments, the press departments of all the companies that you go to work for. Do your networking. Do you know what I mean? And then perhaps apply for those things ready. So make a note, make sure you've got your notebook with you or your phone, however you guys are doing it these days. Me, I used to take a book and write down whatever it was. Even now, I still write. A lot of kids don't write these days. Everything is all this or this. And so write down like what I would do is write down the companies that I would like to work for. And so when you're going to get an insight, going and doing admin or reception work or whatever as a temp, you're going to get the inside track of all of these big companies. And these agencies will send you to big companies. There'll be a couple of small ones, and you can start off in a small one if you want to, if you feel more comfortable. Sometimes you've got small companies of like about 50 or 100 or 200 people, 300 people, and they're quite sort of like small companies. But when you start to work in the big companies, you can go to their press department and things like that. But it's always good to be on the inside track, especially if you get like a regular place that you go to, because they'll get to know you and go, yeah, photography is my thing. And it's all about networking. It's all about networking and getting to know people and all of this. But I mean, you love photography. I mean, it is a thing. I think you are. I haven't had a look at your Insta page yet. I should take a look at your. That's my fault. I've not taken a look at your Insta page. But while you're doing all your reels and your feed and all of this type of stuff, it won't be too long until somebody comes across your stuff and they'll be like, oh, actually, we would like her to do this and do that. And you should go out and do like live stills and like you've been doing, like I've seen, your stuff and things. And sort of, start doing all of that type of stuff.
We would never ignore you, Keegan. Is that the Keegan? Keegan Dolby? How are you, Keegan? Do you know, Kelly and I were talking about you yesterday because we haven't seen you for ages.
You and Charlie.
And Charlie. Well, yeah, both you and Charlie.
Yeah.
I only don't, Charlie, I wouldn't forget you, but I know I only mentioned that because obviously we just said hello to you. But Keegan, how are you? And happy Easter to you. Keegan was just happy Easter.
Oh, happy Easter.
Happy Easter. And I hope you're having a nice Easter. What are you guys doing this Easter? I know you're off at the moment, so you can enjoy your Easter break. Amy said, don't look at Instagram. It was it was my build temporary. So,
oh, okay. Yeah. Okay. Well, that's what you should start doing is start advertising your work. And the thing that's good is you're still at a young age, and it might take you 10 years to build, by which time you'll be, 10 years older. And you would have already built your base, because like I see some of these sort of like people who have built stuff when they were 14, 15, and then 10 years later, they've created a real big, and age is on your side at the moment. So if you have a real passion for your hobby, turn your hobby into a job. Do you know what I mean? Turn your passion or your hobby into a job. So start building your stuff.
Oh, bless you. Amy said, I despise social media. I know, but I'm afraid it is a necessary evil.
Yeah.
I mean, you think we're on it now. I mean, that's what Kelly and I used, obviously, to be able to chat to you guys.
Yeah.
Use it to your advantage, though. It doesn't mean you have to get involved in all the politics of it. You can just enjoy it and make it work for you.
Exactly.
Well, Keegan said he cannot wait until Easter.
Wow.
What have you got planned, Keegan? Are you guys going anywhere? I know because you guys tend to sort of go to your hotels, don't you?
Yeah. How many Easter eggs do you have, Keegan, already? You and Charlie, how many Easter eggs?
Are you starting to rack them up already? But yeah, have you got anything planned, you guys? Are you going out anywhere? Are you going to McDonald's as you sometimes do? You got anything planned at one of the inns, a Premier Inn? Or you normally go Premier Inn, you don't tend to go, what's the other one? Travelodge.
Yeah.
Those are the ones you tend to do. So I'd be interested to see what you guys are doing.
Yeah, Amy, if you don't want to do anything with social media yet, but I strongly urge that you do, only because this is the way that things are going. We're not social media moguls, but I will tell you here and now, you yourself will know, everybody's on social media, everybody. So I think for you, especially, you'll know much more, a plethora than what we would ever know combined.
My uncle retired in the 1990s, and I remember back then he said, "Oh, guess what? I managed to retire, and I managed to avoid all those computers." He said to me, he goes, "I was so happy," because he was still in the days of doing paper files. But you see, that's now doubled on him now, because now everything's done via computer. So all those decades he thought he'd won by not embracing them, now he's had to learn to use them because everything's gone electronic. So honestly, always never be afraid to embrace something you're not familiar with. Just throw yourself in it. Once you learn it, then it gives you a real skill then as well. And plus as well, you're competing against people that you have it as second nature.
You know what was very interesting? So my mum...
2 eggs?
Wow.
I'm sure you're going to get a lot more. Somebody tells me you'll get more.
My mum had her kitchen done, and she's about to have her bathroom done. And we went to several different places. And one place where we went, the girl, and this was not her native country. She'd been, I think she's been here for about 2 years or something like that. And I'm assuming this must have been her. She would have trained in her own country how to design some type of engineering, I should imagine, and all of that type of stuff. So she was there, she was designing the kitchen, and it was all lovely. It was all 3D and all of this type of stuff and all of that. Now, she was a young girl. I would say she was probably about mid-20s, maybe early 30s. Now she's gone to go and have her, she wants to have her bathroom done. We went to a couple of places, and these were older people. And one woman was using draft. She was actually
the old draft.
The old. So she was actually hand drawing things on a draft, and it just shows you the scale of drafting as it used to be. Because I worked with a lot of draftsmen who found it very difficult to go from drawing. There was one guy that I used to work with many years ago, and he was really good at his job, really good, better than some of the other ones who were just doing everything on a computer. He still drew and all of this, and as times were going on, he just could. He still needed to work, and he was made redundant. And he was really good at his job, but they still made him redundant. And he needed another 5 years, I think, before he wanted to retire. He did want to. He would have liked to retire, but he just needed a few more years. And luckily, he got a job somewhere else. Still as a draftsman, still drawing and stuff like that. But it just shows you he was up against, and he went to a smaller town, because in the smaller towns, they're not as advanced. They've not speeded up as they are in London. But it just showed you he was competing with people that were a lot younger than him, who were learning this in college and university, and then coming with their skills, with their knowledge to do all of this stuff. And if you don't keep up with your skills, if you don't hone your skills, if you don't do all of this, you will be caught up. And even though you learn all of this stuff, sometimes people don't want to take you because they think that you can't learn this, that, and the other. So as much as you don't like social media, use it to your advantage. Use it to showcase your work. Use it to...
And if you love working with refugees too, you could try the Refugee Council. I think they do have jobs on their website too. So you could test them out. Now then, Keegan's asked. So Keegan says, I might go somewhere tomorrow, maybe. How do I pre-record a video? Please show me. Now, what do you mean by pre-record a video? Did you want to record yourself now and then put it up later? Is that what you mean? So, for example, like, we do that all the time. So Kelly and I filmed a restaurant earlier this week. So Ashfat last weekend just gone. And we are going to show it tomorrow. So we can put it up now, ready to go. So it will automatically go up tomorrow. Is that what you mean Or did you mean something else? Did you want to record yourself now and put it up at a later date? Or were you looking to record a message now and do something else later with it?
Yeah. What do you mean by pre-record? I know you work with a camera phone, right? So you work with one of these. So, like you would normally record. So you go around and you do your recording and stuff like that. But you've already uploaded a recorded video. So, like Mark said, is it you want to record something and then you want to add it to a recording that you're going to do later on? Is that what you mean?
We're just asking because we want to make sure that we give you the right information. That's why.
We just want to clarify.
And then we can tell you how to do it.
Yeah. Or maybe if we're knowledgeable enough.
Yeah, I was going to say.
We might not even be knowledgeable enough to help you, but we will try our best. We will try our best.
Keegan said yes. So I think it's that. So I think what Keegan's asking is, say, for example, he was to record something now. But let's say Keegan wanted to record something now. So he's gone out, he's filmed everything he wants to do, but he wants to upload it so it goes live tomorrow. Let's say for argument's sake at 5 o'clock. So you can upload it and it will just show at 5 o'clock. He doesn't have to do anything else.
Okay, so when you go to YouTube and you upload your video, and then it's going to do its checks and all of that. When you go to the publish part, so when you want to publish it, it will ask you, do you want to schedule it, or do you want to set it as a premiere, or do you want it just to go live now? So then you choose the one that you want. Now, if you choose to schedule it, then you can then choose the time and the day that you want it to appear. If you want to set it as a premiere, which I have done in the past, what's good about a premiere is that if people are waiting, like they do sometimes when we're doing a live, people are waiting and all of that. When you do your premiere, people can wait and have conversations while the premiere is happening, because everybody will be there and they can all just very much like the live.
I was gonna say, is that like a live?
Yeah, it's very much like a live. So if the premiere was now, it would come up like this, and then you could all talk together. And sometimes the creators are sitting watching the live with everybody. But we were gonna schedule tomorrow's video as a premiere. However, we're not going to be around, and so I could set it as a premiere if you guys don't mind, but we wouldn't be around to chat with you. But you guys could be in the comment section chatting with each other if you want to. But we just wouldn't be around, or we're just going to publish it. And we've already told you we're going to publish it around 4 or 5 o'clock time.
So Keegan said, I might go somewhere tomorrow. So yeah, if you wanted to do that, Keegan, you could go somewhere tomorrow. So you could film somewhere today, upload it, as Kelly says, press the publish button, and then choose tomorrow for it to show. Then you can go off and do your own thing, and it'll automatically publish it tomorrow.
Yeah.
So all your viewers can see it.
It's not the publish. Once you hit the publish button, it will just publish.
Oh, sorry. What's the button?
So basically, it will go through the checks, and it's when you do the next. So when you hit next, it will then bring up a little page, and then you can set it as how you're setting it how you want it to be published. So do you want to set it as just you want to do it right now? You've done that before, so you know just to do it right now, or you can schedule it. And then you can schedule it to come on the next day at 4 or whatever time you want it to come on, or that day, whatever time you want it to come on or appear on your channel. Or you could set it as a premiere, and then it will do the big countdown when the video is about to start.
Yeah.
And then that is when you hit post or publish, or whatever the blue button will be, post or publish. And then it will, so if you've chosen to schedule it, if you've chosen to do a premiere, or if you're going to do it as there and then.
Oh, so Keegan said, I went to a McDonald's in Doncaster yesterday. So did you film it? Because if you filmed it, I could see then he might then want to put it up tomorrow while he's out. So yeah, you could do that, Keegan. You could. So do that.
Yeah, so if you want to upload it, sort of whenever you want to upload it, just put it on, let it do all the checks, and then when you go to the next one, that is when it will say how you want to.
Yeah, so Keegan said that. Yeah, so he did a video at the McDonald's in Doncaster.
Okay, but you know how to upload. So because you've done it before, because I've seen one of your videos. So when you go to upload, oh no, I didn't actually. No, I didn't. It was because you sent it to me directly.
Sahinas, hi, how are you? Good evening, Mark and Kelly. Love from Sahinas.
Hey, Sahinas, how are you? I hope you're well.
You okay?
Thank you for joining us.
Yes, we're doing a Thursday today.
Yeah.
We're not around tomorrow, so we thought we'd do a Thursday live.
Yeah, Keegan, I don't know because I just remembered you didn't put it on your YouTube, did you? You sent it to me directly.
He said he did a short.
Yeah, and I remember you sending it to me because I remember you singing on it. So yeah, so when you, so let me go through it quickly so I know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, Kelly's gonna help. So while Kelly's doing that as well, yeah, Sahinas, you okay? I hope things are well in India.
Okay, so when you go into your let me go to the other one. So there's two YouTube apps. One is your YouTube Studio and one is your normal YouTube. You hit the icon. Oh, let me just turn that down. Sorry. So you go to the icon, so the little circle in the top right-hand corner, and then so it depends. Are you even doing it on your laptop? I'm assuming you're doing it on your phone. I've never uploaded a video via my phone before. So let me just.
We'll see what we can do.
Oh yeah. Okay, so so when you go to your channel, you've got the little circle at the bottom. That's the plus sign. So when you hit the plus sign, it will say to upload video or create a short. So when you're creating a short, you normally do it for like 15 seconds or a minute, I think. And it also tells you that you can go live. And there's a new one. I've not seen that. Go live together. I suppose that's for two people, like maybe to do a collab with someone. Possibly.
That'd be interesting.
Yeah, that will be interesting. And so when you go to upload video, you then select the video that you want to upload. So I'm just going to pick a random one. And so, yeah, so you pick the video that you want to upload, you go to next, and then you can add your sound or you can add some text if you want to. And once you've done all that, you go to next, which will be at the top of your screen, and then you can caption it. And you can put whatever title it is and all of that type of stuff. You can have it as public or not public. It's actually, that one has actually set it as a short, and I didn't want to set it as a short. Here we go. All right. So
don't forget, Keegan, if you've missed any of this, remember our lives are recorded, so you can watch this back if you want to just go over it again.
Okay, so basically, you've got, so if I can show you, you put your title in right there, and then once you put your title in, you can also add description. And then when you go to, so here we go. So you can, underneath description, there's schedule. And then you can choose whether you want to publish it now.
There you go.
Yeah. So then you can choose whether you want to publish it now, you want to set it as a premiere, and so on and so on. You can choose the date and time in that little box there. And then you can set it as a premiere or you can publish at that specific time. And that's how you do it.
So I hope that makes sense.
Yeah.
I know that's a lot to go through, but like I said, if you get stuck or miss any of the steps, just remember you can rewatch this live. We will keep the lives on our channel. We never remove them, basically.
Yeah.
So if you guys do want to watch them again, feel free to do that.
I'll try. Maybe one day I'll try and do a tutorial.
That'd be good.
Yeah,
I'll try
and do a tutorial so that you can see how to. Because I know a lot of people use their phones, and I don't really use my phone to do uploads because we have the camera. And I told you I've got an extra light on the camera. I'm going to show you. It's going to be a bit bright, but there you go. So we normally film on this. I've got a light attached to it to sort of like light us up a little bit because I felt like it was a little bit dark. Maybe it's not so dark. Maybe I can turn it off.
Yeah, just out of interest, Sahinas, do you use a specific camera that you use? So we have this one, which is the Canon GX.
Yeah.
But I don't know if you used a specific camera for your YouTube channel.
I think you have someone filming you, don't you?
Oh, I did wonder if you had your own camera person.
I think Sahinaz has her own camera person who does all the editing and all the bits together and all the sort of like editorial digital things that you have. But yeah, we are not that advanced. So we have our camera and we have a light, like I just showed you, we had light attached to it, and then I upload them onto the laptop. We then edit. Mark's doing the majority of the editing at the moment. So we edit it, we put music to it and all of that type of stuff. And then we upload it, but depends if we're going to set it. But I know a lot of people use their phones. So what I do is normally I use my phone if I'm going to do a TikTok or a YouTube short.
Now, you also sometimes see as well that when Kelly and I do our food reviews at home, we will have picture in picture. So what we tend to do is we'll have that camera, we'll have that camera set up, say here, and then to the side of that, we've got a gimbal.
Yeah.
So Kelly will actually set up her gimbal, or the gimbal's in my bag.
Yeah.
Kelly will have the gimbal set up just to the side. So that will be filming
the
food down on the plate. So as you can see here, we put all our thing on the plate. So the camera will be focused on that. And what I tend to do is I overlap the two recordings. Kelly's got a brilliant technique to match them. And then I managed to match the two sounds. And then what I am able to do then is really tedious, but I've got to cut the bits. So whenever we go to show the other camera, I can show it in so you see it close up. So you get to see the food close up that way. Yeah. Otherwise, we're having to do this all the time, thrust it up to the camera, then eat. Then thrust it down. It gets a bit boring, so you get two different angles.
And I think the thing is as well, when you're recording you get two. Obviously, you're going to get two vocals because you're going to get the vocal that's been recorded on the camera on the. I was about to say iPhone. I don't have an iPhone, but you'll get what's recorded on the phone, and then you'll get the vocal that's recorded on the camera. And so you have to delete one of them and then match them up, so that they sort of like match up with the showing of the food and the talking of the mouth.
Keegan said, I'm going to try. Do try it. But like I said, if you get stuck, rewatch this video and you can then pick up the bits and just pause it when you need to go back over.
Yeah, I should do a tutorial. It's because I'm not really that technically minded, which is why I've never done tutorials before.
So Hina says, I am using a DSLR and use Big Lance and editing, use Apple.
DSLR, yeah.
DSLR, sorry.
Yeah.
Not IR, sorry, DSLR. That's an RL. Yeah, sorry, that was my misreading of it.
It's only because I've seen people, that's what they call their camera, the ones with the big lenses and all of that type of stuff.
Use Apple as well. So Hina, do you mind if I ask? Because is that your kitchen or do you have a studio that you use? If you don't mind me asking, because I was always curious about when you cook if that's your kitchen or if you've got a kitchen studio that you use.
Yeah, I think we will. We need to get another camera anyway. But the next camera that we get, I think it will be with what you call it. The next camera that we get will be with a microphone, like that we can attach a microphone.
Oh, we've just had a warning saying the chat was being disconnected. They're just trying to reconnect. So if you are, I think we've been having a bit of internet problems. As you know, it's a bit shaky and robotic.
And I did turn it off in good time.
Oh, no, it's not you.
Yeah, no. What I'm saying is because this normally happens if I've got a program running in the background. Like, so say like we've just been editing a video and we might have the editing package open. Sometimes that makes the laptop run slow. If I've been working on it all day, that makes the laptop run slow. So this time I turned it off in all good time and turned it on in all good time, and it's still running slow. So I don't know.
Oh, so it is Hina's real kitchen. Oh, fantastic. Okay. I did wonder. I did think it would be your kitchen because of the way of the setup as well. But I know some people on YouTube as well, they have a studio kitchen. So I didn't know. But yeah, it's a beautiful kitchen you have.
Yeah.
Lovely house you have. No, that's really interesting, actually. Thank you for sharing that because that's our technique that we use.
I think because my mum's just had her new kitchen, it's really nice to go and work in there. and it's more conducive to how we want to set up. I think I need to buy a tripod for the camera so that we can have it standing up, sort of like taller as well. So like if you're shooting or whatever, it's taller and it's just there, and you can then have another camera set up. So it's actually looking at your. So it's similar to when we do.
Yes.
That way. So yeah,
that'd be brilliant actually. Because for those of you that may have seen, I did the Ghostbusters macaroni cheese video. But that was at Kelly's mum's kitchen. And it's the acoustics are a little awkward, but it wasn't that. It's very difficult to get the angles. So I think, yeah, you're right. If we can get the tripod equipment, that'll look a lot better. Yeah.
And I think what would be good is just setting up more cameras and having different angles. So eventually that's what we want to do. We just want to invest, like Amy, invest in more equipment.
Yeah, exactly.
Because it's expensive.
Amy, you're so right as well. Because I always look at equipment, I'm like, blimey, that's hundreds.
Yeah.
So we try and put some money aside each time just to buy some more equipment. We are looking to do that.
Yeah.
One of my dreams is to get a drone.
Yeah.
I do want to get a drone. So some of the footage that we want to do, especially when we go out, obviously not indoors, we try drones can give you that real big sort of visual look, especially at like a real open space like a park or a
beach or something. Would be quite nice.
Yeah, that's a good idea actually. Or cliff edges or somewhere like that, somewhere that you'd want a real nice aerial shot. So that's where we want to do.
Yeah, so at some point that is what we will invest in. I would like to invest in another camera first, and then
I agree.
There's quite a few things I would like to invest in, like little microphones and things like that. So that's what we will think about in the near future after we've hit 1,000 subscribers. Oh, please tell your friends, your family. Please share, like, subscribe. Please comment.
We sound like we're getting desperate now, but no, thank you so much for all your support.
Do you know what? It's because we're so near.
I know.
We're so near.
I said to Kelly, we're on 992. She went, really? I said, yeah, we got 2 new.
I want to get to 100. Like Vaughan said, I want to put that button right there. That YouTube button that we'll get when we reach 100,000. We'll go right there. And that would be such a huge mark. Do you know what? I will be so happy.
I think you would cry.
Like reaching 100,000 subscribers. That would be crazy.
Oh, that'd be amazing.
And then to be able to put the button there, I'd be like, wow.
Tina said, just to know, Mark and Kelly, my video editing, how understanding. Oh, you with your video, do you edit it yourself? Because I got to say my editing is okay. It's not great. I'm self-taught on the editing.
Yeah,
package.
We both are.
We both are. So we've had to learn the hard way.
Yeah.
So we got quite a cheap editing package, and then we've been learning on that as well. So I've been just experimenting. What happens if I press this? And what happens if I press that? And I think, oh wow. Now, so you might have seen from some of our videos, we did the Tockless Bakery. I added a few little funny sounds on it. So every time Kelly went to eat something, the crowd would go, waiting for her reaction. And then they go, wee! Or if Kelly likes it, they go, oh, like that. And nobody commented on it. I think, well, maybe that's a bit thing. Amy said, I'm watching on the TV. Oh, really? We're like on the big screen.
Yeah. I think that I tend to watch some YouTube stuff, and if we have also uploaded a video, I will put it on the big screen just to see how it looks. More often than not, I'm usually on my phone anyway, but you normally watch on your tablet or on the laptop, and I'll put it on the big screen just so that we can see how it looks on the big screen and things like that. So we watch it on all different devices. Really.
We do. What was I going to say? So like Kelly said, it does look much better on the big screen.
Because I think even Richard, when he watches on the big screen.
Yeah, he does. So Amy, I was going to say we will need to pick your brain at some point. One thing Kelly's better than me, but I'm not very good at photography. So you'll see with a lot of our photographs that we take, the better ones are Kelly's ones. But
I love taking photographs. I've always taken photographs. My aunt is into. My mum loves taking, but she doesn't take them professionally. Or none of us take them professionally, except for my aunt. She does do it professionally. Well, I say professionally. She took a class and all of that, and she's like into you know, what's it? Interior decorating. Yeah, interior decorating and all of this. And she's got all her colors and her fabrics and all. She doesn't do it professionally, but I think it would be something I think she would be very much into doing it professionally. But yeah, she takes a lot of photos and stuff like that, and I've always taken photos. The moment that camera phones came into existence, I was just like, I've always had cameras, and I've always had good cameras of the time. And I remember going to Mauritius. God, it would have been, what would it have been? Yeah, early 2000s, something like that. I remember going to Mauritius, and I remember I had a big chunky Samsung camera, and I was taking all these pictures. I'm sure it was Samsung at the time, and I remember going to have him developed in Mauritius. He's going to be, God, he's got really good exposure, and I said, I know, and I remember sort of like I've always been into, you know, taking pictures, not to take them professionally, but for my own. Do you know what I mean? I kind of know what to look for and what is going to do good pictures and all of that type of stuff. And I've always gone for at one time, and I think it's still the case, but I'm not quite sure. But Samsung have always been known for their cameras on their phones.
Touche made it! Yay!
Hey,
how are you?
I hope it wasn't a long day at work.
I know. How was your day at work? Charlie, so just a few messages there. So Charlie said, hi, Zinaz, saying hello from Charlie.
Oh.
Charlie, what's your next video that you're going to do? We haven't mentioned about yours. Keegan's going to do one from McDonald's. What's your next one going to be? Amy said, I hate people who say, what is the difference between a camera versus a phone? What is it? No, I'm joking.
Well, we've got both actually. This one is obviously very old now. It's actually just old, and we do need to get a more up to date. You know. But you know, I was only finding out later on, you know, about frame rates and all of this, and I still don't even quite understand it. Do you know what I mean? And that's more for videos and stuff like that. But you know, even then, I wouldn't be as knowledgeable, Amy, nowhere near as knowledgeable as you would be with regards to cameras. I just know which pictures I like, what pictures I like to take, and things like that. And you know, yeah. Sorry.
No. So I was going to be that comment. So Keegan had chips tonight with gravy, chip shop chips. Lucky you. Actually, we do need to get chip shop chips to do the
our mayonnaise,
and we managed to get the gravy mayonnaise. I keep saying it, but we're looking forward to it. Hello, Tushi. You're going to be known as Tushi from now on. Tush said, oh, pooped. I bet you are. It was like Christmas. Oh my God, it must have been absolutely
over the Easter. Yes.
Glad to get off tomorrow, but you're back on Sunday. Oh no. Oh, on Saturday. Oh no.
Well, I think Saturday will be better than Sunday. I think.
I don't know.
Oh no, I suppose
It's going to be busy.
It's going to be really busy because everyone's going to get stuff for the next day for Sunday. Cool.
So Amy asks, do you shoot video in RAW file?
No, I used to, but it takes up so much room on the camera and it takes up so much room on the laptop. So I've taken the RAW file off.
Oh, it's closed on Sunday. That's all right then. So at least you get a break. You get a forced break.
Yeah.
Keegan said, oh, I got a cream egg for Easter. Oh, a Cadbury's cream egg.
Enjoy, my dear. Enjoy.
You do. Is it the big one with the little mini eggs in there? I did always wonder that if the big ones, they should be filled with the cream.
Could you imagine?
You'd be sick as a dog.
You'd be running around like there's no tomorrow. But dear future husband, dear future husband. That's what you'd be running up and down.
I mean, that would be like eating a bag of sugar. Charlie, so tell us, what video are you doing next? Because Keegan was saying he's doing his, he'll be doing his McDonald's one. So it'd be interesting to see what you are going to be doing as well. But yeah, with a lot of our, especially with our photography as well, we're not experts. Kelly's better than me, like I said, but we do like taking the photographs mainly for the thumbnails, but also as well, we try to interdisperse them in the videos as well.
You know what's a real shame? When we went to Mauritius, I had a waterproof sort of like video thing. I can't find it. It's gone missing. I don't know where it is. But what is a real shame is that I didn't have my camera at that time to take the beautiful photos in Mauritius. I've got some nice photos, but if I'd had a better camera at the time, we would have taken some amazing photos.
That's true.
Some real nice photos.
But you go with the photographs of the photography at the time, I suppose, or the technology.
Yeah.
What were we going to say? Oh God, Touche. I've always dreamt of a big egg filled with gooey caramel. You say that you would be so sick of it. So a big egg, you'd probably have that quack. This is delicious. Then it goes down and you think, oh, this is enough. Then you get to about there and you'd be like, oh, I'm going to be sick. And then
you know what? You'd have to think about the thickness of the. I can eat. I absolutely adore caramel. It's probably one of my favorite things, chocolate and caramel. I don't like the Cadbury's caramel. I don't know why.
Well, you missed our little food review. But if you like caramel, would you like some of these? So yeah, I've got to say actually. So just very quickly for those that missed it, we did do our little food review on the cross buns. So 4th place, and we didn't like that, was the banoffee. For anybody, that's the banoffee hot cross buns. Wouldn't recommend that. If anybody is old enough, they will remember. You get those banana foam sweets. They tasted just like that. Bit artificial, not the best.
Yeah.
That was 4th. 3rd was the ultimate extremely chocolatey one. There's a bit of a debate between myself and Kelly. Very chocolatey. If you like chocolate, that's for you. I thought it was a bit of a chocolate overkill. The only way I could describe these, and you and I differed on this, was I think they taste a bit like the chocolate you get in a pan au chocolat. Yeah.
And I think it tastes more like a triple chocolate cake or cookie or something like that.
I mean, they do smell really chocolatey, but
they
don't taste like chocolate cake. It's a kind of a cross between. It's difficult to describe. In 2nd place was the good old blueberry. That's almost like a blueberry muffin, but in a hot cross bun form. That was But we have to say the one that won at number 1 was the M&S 4 Bramley apple hot cross buns. These taste like apple pie and a mixture and hot cross buns.
For me, they taste like fruit bread.
They have, so there's a very strong Bramley apple and cinnamon thing in there, but the cinnamon and apple, I don't know, that combo is absolutely amazing.
And I think M&S are doing a deal 2 for whatever it is. It's not 2 for 1, but it's like, I think it's like, I don't know how much they normally cost, but they're doing a deal on them if you buy 2 packs. So if you like hot cross buns, go and get them.
Sorry, I was going to say, I love a good hot cross bun, but I can't eat it because they're full of gluten.
Oh no!
Oh, Amy, do you know what? I've just realised I've just eaten 4 or 5 of them. So
you could probably get gluten-free ones. You just have to hunt around. And Marks and Spencer's are normally pretty good at doing like plant-based and all of that type of stuff. So for sure, they probably will do a gluten-free one. They've got a good free-from range and a good plant-based range.
Touche said, "Oh, I rather like a chocolate overkill." This one is really, really chocolatey though. I mean, I'm like proper chocolate.
Yeah.
Just bought some Burger King Whopper Doritos.
Oh, really? Whopper Doritos.
I didn't know they did them. We'll have to try them. I think. So we were going to do that as a separate video, but you guys get to see it on the live. I don't think we can do another one.
No, I'm sorry, you'll have to rewind.
Yeah.
Does anybody know what rewind means? Any of you young people, do you know what rewind means?
Oh yeah, you did say hello to Amy. Sorry, Charlie. I did. Sorry, Keegan. I did miss that one there. He said, "Hi, Touche. My name is Keegan." Amy said, Touche, you'll be bouncing on your ASMR video. Yes, you will be. All that chocolate overload.
My goodness.
Definitely because of a chocolate overload.
And caramel.
Oh my word. Bouncing, yes, because of the chocolate. I know what you said. That is. So what was interesting? As you know, M&S always have these little guides at the sides, as you can see, the little colour coding. Now, the apple one's got lots of greens and a couple of ambers. And this one's got a couple of ambers and a few reds. But you go to that good old chocolate one. Red, 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 red.
What about the banana one?
The banana one's ambers. They're all ambers.
Oh, okay.
That isn't worth the calories, I wouldn't say.
Yeah, I would pick things that are worth the calories, to be quite honest. I always think that if you're on a diet and you're going to break the diet, don't break it for something little. Have a good portion of whatever it is that you're really craving. Like, make it worth it. Don't break it. Oh, do you know what? I'm just going to have these little packet of crisps and blah, blah, blah. It's just silly, because the craving will always be there to break it again. Just have a good dish of whatever it is that you want, or a bad day, and then go back on the diet, and that is it. But make it worth the calories. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. So, I mean, like I say, you can just see that there as well. The good thing is about all of them, they are freezable. So I think we probably will have to do it.
Yeah.
I would love to see Kelly's photographs. What things do you like taking photographs of?
Oh, I like taking photographs of food. I also like taking photographs of scenery.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, if we're going to the beach, or like sunsets or colours in the sky. My camera's not good enough to take photos when the snow is falling, which is really unfortunate, because I'd really like to get pictures of when the snow falls. I always think, and I always try, but it's always with my camera phone or with the camera, and it just doesn't catch that scene that I would like.
I'll have to get some washing powder and then just shake it like that, and you just take the photograph.
Can you imagine?
Go on.
But yeah, I like more the scene has to like really catch me. So like it's different things, and I think, oh my god, that's going to make a really nice picture, and then I'll take a picture of that specific thing. Sometimes what does get me is if I'm taking a picture and you can see the shadow.
Yeah, I know.
I just think, I don't want to
ruined.
But there are now apps that you can download or get that takes the shadow away.
Oh yeah, the Google phone, the new one, Bose can get.
Yeah, I don't know how good they are or how much they alter the picture. Let's say, but I tend to like more sort of scenic and that type of thing. Like beaches and just the.
Oh dear, poor Tushi said it's been a busy day. It's been a long day. I can imagine for you, especially.
Bless you.
Amy said you're an Instagram and a Visco Pinterest girl.
Not so much. I'm not so much with the Pinterest, to be quite honest. I do have a Pinterest account somewhere, but I've never really used it, and I've never really understood it. Basically, years ago, what I wanted was a scrapbook. I wanted to make a digital scrapbook. And Pinterest, when I was Googling it, Pinterest popped up. This was years ago. And I never quite figured out how to use it. And so I don't really use Pinterest that much. And when I upload photos, I'm mainly uploading for you guys. So it will be on the Facebook, or it will be on Insta. And it will be for you guys just to sort of like take a look of what we've done or what we've been doing and things like that. And I don't upload on Insta and Facebook as much as I should. So sometimes I forget, and then I just think, oh God, I should have uploaded those photos and stuff like that. And then I quickly go and do an upload or whatever. But sometimes, at the end, normally I put the photos that I've taken at the end of a video. We've just done a video today, and I realized it was only the videos it was only the pictures that were taken on here. And I had some really good ones that I'd taken on my phone, and I hadn't uploaded them, but you won't actually see the good photos. But what I will do after I've uploaded to the video, after we've uploaded the video tomorrow, I will then put all the pictures that I've taken from my phone and actually upload them, because normally Mark's got the camera and he's taking pictures and he's videoing round, and then I will have my camera phone, because we don't have a secondary camera at the moment, and then I will take pictures in of the food and of around and all of that type of stuff while Mark is videoing.
Yes, that's true, Amy. I could use talcum powder instead as the fake snow. Keegan said, you missed my comments about Touche. Oh yeah, sorry, Touche did say hello, Keegan. Sorry, I missed that one. Sorry, Keegan. Touche also said ham, egg and chips for dinner shortly. Can't wait. Oh, are you going to have gravy mayonnaise?
Do you know
what?
I
keep mentioning that.
I was wondering, like, what were you going to have for dinner? I don't know why, because I was thinking you got in so late, bless you. And I was thinking, I wonder what she's going to have for dinner.
Keegan said a big cream egg. You get the mug in the box. I'm doing a review of it for my channel. There you go.
Wow, that would be really good.
That'll be a good video. We'll have to watch that. So everybody who's interested, Keegan will be doing a review of his Easter egg and the cream egg, and with the free mug that comes with it. Dinner at 8, says Amy. You people are crazy.
We like to live that way, on the edge.
I think, to be fair though, Tusha's just got back from work.
Yeah.
Now we did a Too Good to Go yesterday.
Yeah.
We didn't get back till 10, and yes, we ate it. Yes, we did. Well, I did. All right. Sorry. Yes, I ate it. Yes, I did. Let me rephrase. Sorry, I'm pinning you on the same thing.
I was gonna say I did have a few bites of mine, but Mark pretty much ate all of his. And my intention today, because my mum had bought us this massive piece of salmon, which I had to cut in half and then bake it or roast it. And then so I was prepping it. I was descaling it, washing it, descaling it, and all of that type of stuff. And I was preparing my tray and all of that. But Mark had pretty much eaten all of the stuff that to go with the salmon.
Very nice too.
Yeah, because what happened? So when we bought the Too Good to Go, the intention was to have it today, because I wouldn't like if I was doing, because the shopping was going to come today. Mark was working today and all of this. And sometimes if I'm working on something, so I was doing a bit of I was doing bits of research and all of this type of stuff. I lose track of time very quickly, very, very quickly. And I was making notes, and I was about to start a new project today, which I didn't get a chance to do. And I thought, oh my God, I've got to go downstairs and roast this salmon that my mum's bought. It was massive side. It was like this. And I thought, I'm going to have to cut it in half, wash it, descale it, and wash it again, and all of this type of stuff, which I did. I was there with the knife, just like descaling it and everything else. And then I made a marinade for it, and I was chopping up my lemons so that it could sit on a bed of lemons and all of this type of stuff. But luckily, you didn't break for lunch when you said you were going to break, because otherwise it would have taken most of his lunch break for the salmon to cook.
I got dragged into meetings, so luckily,
luckily he was running late, and I had been upstairs sort of. I was watching the video that you had done because you wanted to discuss it.
Oh yeah.
Then I was editing a little bit of the work that you'd already done, adding things to it and all of this. And sometimes when I'm concentrating on something, it's very, very difficult to break and then come and cook lunch. So I did that, but I knew I needed to do it because my mum was going to come over and collect her bit of salmon, and I just thought, oh my God, and my mum's going to turn up in a minute, and my mum's very impatient. She's very impatient.
Is she? Oh.
And she's like, yes, I want to eat now. I want to eat now. It is now. You know how some people, as they get older, they become I
have a feeling your mother was always like that.
No, she wasn't.
Oh, was she not?
No, she wasn't actually. It's gradual. She's becoming my granddad. My granddad was very much the same. And she does realise she is becoming more like my granddad. I think she forgets about it more often than not.
That's her father.
Yeah, she does. Yeah, she's becoming a lot like my granddad. And so I thought, oh my God, my mum's going to turn up in a minute, and then she'll get impatient, go, oh, I'm going, and then she'll be, like, oh, you knew I was coming, and you didn't even prepare it, and so I just thought, let me go get this salmon done. But luckily, she also came late. So the gods were with me, and everybody was late, but the salmon was done and all that. But like I said, I think my mum's was a little bit more drier than.
So as you can imagine, I just had a plate of salmon because I ate everything else before. Touche said yes, and I am a crazy chicken. Amy said I can't eat late on a full at night on a full stomach. I don't like sleeping on a full stomach. Amy, you just haven't had the practice. You have to get some practice in. No, I don't recommend it.
No, it's not good.
Touche, you crazy chicken, says Amy. 100% says Touche. Touche, you should do meal prep if that's something people do.
I'm not. I am a really organized person. Like really,
Yeah.
that is one thing. That is one thing I wouldn't be able to do. But also, anytime Mark would eat it anyway.
Yeah, I just eat the prep. The problem is with prep, it does take extra time. I just cook as you go.
Yeah.
Amy said, older you get, the more demanding you are. Sometimes.
Yeah.
Not always, but I know what you're saying.
Majority of the time.
I think not so much demanding, but I think you do. I notice I grow much more impatient as I get older.
Yeah. Yeah, you're very impatient, and my mum's very like, she wants. I sometimes I feel like my mum doesn't understand the concept of like the rest of us have got things to do, or we've got to work or whatever, and so my mum just thinks we're as free as she is. Like my mum's very free. She comes and goes. She does whatever she's doing and blah blah blah. But the rest of us aren't as free as that. We've got things that we need to do and all of this. And I was going, oh yes, I'm going to come pick you up tomorrow. And I go, Mum, I can't. I've got to do this, this, and this. Oh, but you can do it when you come back and all of this. But that's not how my mind works. It's very much like if I'm eating food and someone interrupts me in the middle of eating, I now cannot finish my food. I can't.
Yeah, Kelly can't. If there's anything interrupted, that's it. She's not going to do it. I mean, I'm happy. I'll eat something. I'll stop. Something interrupts me. I'm going back to that plate.
Yeah.
I am going back to it. Kelly lost interest in it.
Yeah, it's just like, oh, I now can't eat it. I can eat it later, but when I start to eat, I want to sort of sit down and eat. And inevitably, I would say 40% of the time, somebody interrupts me in the middle of eating. And
You have to turn your phone off.
It's not even that. It's like,
it knocks at the door.
Yeah, it knocks at the door. You might ask me something or ask me to take a look at something. My mum might ask me to say, I quickly want to talk to you. Let me talk to you quickly.
Talking of demanding, Keegan said, read my comment now. There you go. I've just read your comment. God is on your side, said Amy. Kelly.
I hope so. I really hope he is, or she is.
And on that note, we've been going for over 2 hours.
Wow.
So, guys, I think we'll leave it there for today. Thank you so much for joining us on Mark and Kelly's trip tips and things, and especially it being impromptu. Because, as we said on Tuesday, we will not be doing a live tomorrow. Hence the reason why we wanted to do one today. However, normal service will resume next Tuesday, where we will be doing our live. Until then, look after yourselves. Take care. Remember, you're never too old to have fun, and have a happy Easter for those that celebrate it, or at least have a nice long weekend. Yes, happy Easter or happy break off, however you choose to spend that or celebrate that. And I'm really glad you have a great Easter too. Glad you made it too as well. Yeah, bless you. Thank you. Goodbye. Good luck with all your videos. Keep smiling, and remember, do chase that dream. Follow your path that you want to do. 100,000 subscribers! Exactly. That's it. As I say, we will see you hopefully on Tuesday. Have a fantastic weekend, guys. We'll see you then. Bye for now. Bye for now.